Well, welcome back. Let's just get out of the way of this generator. And that's the end of day one proper. And we've moved a few mountains. Have we moved a few mountains? Let's have a little gander. Oh, that's better. Right, we've definitely expanded this area. That was just enough to get the van in yesterday and to clear all the stuff away from the container so I could get in there. There's still a couple of stumps that I can't shift, so I can't really get the workshop doors open properly. But that's okay, there's nothing to get out. The still FS 450 is a beast of a thing. And, excuse me, beer break. Lessons learned in using this first piece of equipment is don't waste your time with that silly orange plastic string. Go straight in there with a brush cutter and don't piss about. As you can see, the thing can cut down trees. Like, if you look at that one, that's probably about 50 mil across. But yeah, we're definitely de-jungling the place. On just long grass, it's really good. Let's go for a little walk. Once I've done this bit and taken some of this hedge down, that's as far as I was going to go, and I wasn't going to make it any more difficult for myself. So I thought to myself, right, we've fought our way in, we've got a position, let's establish a perimeter. God almighty, he's so institutionalised. And I started off down the old side hedge here. Well, that's better, that compressor drive me absolutely crackers. So yeah, it gives you, if you just do like one step and a strim, one step and a strim, it gives you a big swathe of about 3 metres wide, which is tremendous. So I thought I'll clear all the way round and go from there. There's my lovely cherry trees, completely devoid of any cherries. The birds have nicked a lot. And this is up to the back wall. This morning it was drizzling and a bit mizzy, which was perfect because it kept the temperature down. I couldn't actually tell whether I was sweating or whether I was wet. But yeah, put a few good hours in this morning and buzzed my way up here. Oh, in fact, no, this was around lunchtime. As a point in principle, I wanted to get outside the house cleared up. And there was like a 4 metre bramble hedge there, so that had to go. This stuff down here underneath this stuff, it's actually like sort of a light moss. It's really, really lovely and soft underfoot. And it's full of mint. So as you're strimming, you get this fantastic like mojito smell going on. Which is nice. It just makes you want a mojito. Next door, in Bernie Laveau's garden, it's a pigsty again. So he was the one who initially complained that the weeds were getting there. But now he's in some retirement home. Blind as a bat and mad as a box of frogs apparently. So I hope you're happy now, Bernie, that we put the hours in. This little bit up here was initially completely cleared by some jokers I was employing as contractors, but they charged too much, did a crap job, and it all grew back. So yeah, we've left those people to it. So yeah, all of this stuff. I keep expecting some wild animal to come flashing out of here. I'm sure they're in there. There were some funny old squawkings earlier, but once you start with that brush cutter, anything with 4 legs, 2 wings and a pulse and a heartbeat generally takes off. So yeah, cherry trees and walnuts down this end. The walnuts need a bit of a prune and a good kicking, and generally after you've given them a good seeing to, the next year they come back really, really strong. Just here we've got some of the stone circle, the meditating circle, which I might have a bash at tomorrow if I get time in the afternoon. But all of these, I'm going to stand up on one, were the original stones that formed the foundation posts of near the house, and we took those out quite early in about, it's got to be 2009, and it seemed a shame to throw them away, so we made a bit of a feature. Let's just adjust that a bit. There we go. Hope you can still hear me. So yeah, this is what it looks like when you've done a nice straight line strim. Didn't have the energy and the time to take out these 5 metre high trees. I'll be there till October if I started all that stuff. But all of this lovely soft long grass with the moss underneath is fairly easy to get through, and you can do a big sort of 20 metre strim on just one tank with the brush cutter. This is the neighbours with whom I have a, I'm not going to say troubled or difficult, but when you buy the piece of land next to you and it poxes up your lovely view that you had for years on end, you can just see the lovely view of the fields there. It does rather leave a bad taste in the mouth. So thankfully it doesn't look like they've got any of their filthy animals growing at the moment. Sometimes there's ducks and God knows what going on. I think there's still a barky dog in there, but we don't worry too much about him. Down the back straight then, and taking care not to muller their fence too much. I did muller their fence in a couple of places, but fuck them. I got into a nice shady bit here, and then at the back of this full-grown walnut, it's all very, very overgrown, so I'm going to have to give that a bit more extra care. But yeah, we're getting there. Good progress today, and mercifully a bit of shade. So yeah, haven't seen any wildlife here. There was some peeping going on. Very interesting noise coming out of that tree. If I knew my bird calls better, I'd have a stab at identifying it. Now, it turns out that the next door neighbour, or rather the guy over the road, was interested in buying my barn. And I hope he's won the lottery, because it's going to be that kind of money to take it off me. And has had his roof done, and has tied his guttering into my guttering, which I think is a bit cheeky, but there you go. So yeah, that leads into his bit. And he only uses this for a wood store. So yeah, that's what these Pantile roofs look like after about 12 years. And I was desperate to get all the ivy and everything out of my gutters, because it's starting to come through. But yeah, didn't do too badly today. But this was the main battle. All of this had a huge 4-metre bramble bush on top of it. You can see some of the trees that have come down, and yeah, that's all been taken down. This guttering was never right since the day it was put in, so I'm going to have to do something about that before I go, because otherwise it would just cause more damp problems. And hacking my way through here, I've just about managed to get access to the front gate, which looks like the set of Sleeping Beauty. And we were starting to get complaints from the mayor that some of the weeds were actually touching these lines. I don't know if this is power lines or phone lines, but we had a good hack at that earlier, and now it's well down. Should we go and have a look in the barn? Right, hang on a minute, before we go in there, let's just step back so you can see the door. This lovely door was put in by Monsieur Grand some years ago, and I think it's a bit too skinny now. Perhaps I've just got a bit fatter. But yeah, let's go through the keyhole. Right, there's our hole for our circular spiral staircase, due to be fitted, and some of the insulation hanging out because Pivoto, the plasterer, never got round to finishing it off because he ran out of money, because we didn't give him any more money. So yeah, there's the second mezzanine, inside which will be the master bedroom, and in that corner there where that brick's showing a bit of light, that will be the second thing. One of the things we brought down with us this time was the freestanding bath, all the way from Auntie Nook's, which was lovely, and that'll go in. These mezzanines are made of chestnut wood, which is a lovely light colour, and we're going to make a bit of a feature of those underneath. But yeah, tatty and old and derelict as it looks, we're going to make something nice out of this. So stick with us as we carry on with our summer work programme in Vieux-Moreuil. Good morning, and welcome back to a very peaceful Sunday morning. Well, it would have been peaceful if I hadn't just been flailing around for a couple of hours with the brush cutter. Let's have a little look, see how we've done. Yeah, you can tell where everyone was, where there was hedges before, because it's just like a sort of a dark green patch. But all the rest that was just really long grass has just been reduced down to, I don't know, hay, I guess. I'm developing quite a bit of a burn pile there. That's going to have to wait till later. There's also another one there from these hazels that were plugging where the conservatory was. But yeah, making some progress. Managed to dig out my fantastic feature hay picker upper. I wish we could get it going. Could probably use it today actually. She's looking a bit rusty in the worst way. Nothing that a coat of paint won't fix. I doubt this ladder's as safe as it should be anymore. So yeah, further up, what have we got? The stone circle. Now this stone circle is nothing mystic or anything, or it could be. One never knows. These are actually the concrete foundation blocks for a chicken coop that was down the bottom about 20 years ago, and I thought it was a shame to throw these huge lumps of stone out, so I dragged them up here and put 12 of the best ones into a circle that was pretty much geometrically aligned to where the trees are, coming up in a row. So yes, we shall have our pagan masses up here. So, progress report. Sent the drone up yesterday and reckon we got about 60% of it. There's just two big lumps here. There's this bit where the old pissoir used to be, which I think is under that tree, but nobody's seen that for since 2010. And this lovely flat bit here, which will be a piece of cake to buzz through, because that stuff just doesn't put any resistance at all. So yeah, we might put the drone up for another little look, but I'd say we're probably about 86-87% done. Just two little patches up here, and then we'll decide what we're going to do next. The royal we, of course, is just me down here at the moment. Solo mission of backbreaking manual agricultural labour, but all credit to the brush cutter. The brush cutter was doing all the work, and it's actually remarkably easy to use. After sort of 3 or 4 days of it, you become a bit of an artist with it, knowing what you can do. Right, this bird in this tree with this magnificent orange tail. I keep seeing him. There he is. I'm going to have a look in the book, see what he is when I get back. But yeah, progress being made. Might touch the garden a little bit later. But it is a Sunday, so I'm trying to have like half a day today and then smash it tomorrow. Don't want to overdo matters, do you? Anyway, that's about it for the moment.